Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Indian Pharma Guide. Today's topic needle free injection technology. Actually, I gave a presentation on this topic in my B Pharmacy. Nowadays, it's not popular technology, but it may get huge demand in future. In this contains introduction, advantages and disadvantages of needle free devices, components for needle free injections, common mechanism for needle free injections, types of needle free injection systems, types of injection methods, advances in needle free injection technology. In this introduction, for delivering a drug by parenteral route, probably injections are used which contains needles, but injections have various disadvantages like tissue damage and sources of disease transmission. For that purpose, a new technology is invented, that is NFITs, needle free injection technology, for the past few years ago, and it offers many benefits. These technologies are being made for injecting liquid formulations as well as injecting drugs and vaccines in a solid particle dosage form. Needle-free injection systems are novel ways to introduce various medicines into patients without piecing the skin with a conventional needle. It were first described by Marshall Lockheed in 1936 in his patient jet injection. Then in the earlier 1940s, Hickson and others developed high pressure guns using a fine jet of liquid. Advantages and disadvantages of needle-free devices. First one, advantages. In these advantages, elimination of broken needles, consistent vaccine delivery, higher antigen dispersion, elimination of worker needle sticks and needle disposal, lower pain and stress. Next, disadvantages. In these disadvantages, higher startup costs, infrastructure of exhaustible gas systems, higher requirement for training and maintenance, no one size fits all NFIDs. Components for needle-free injections. Three main components are there: injection device, nozzle, pressure source. First one, injection device. In injection device, a drug chamber and is designed such that self-administration is possible. The device made up of plastic. Sterility is maintained throughout the device. Second one, nozzle. The nozzle serves as a passage for the drug and serves as the skin contacting surface. The nozzle has an orifice through which the drug enters skin when injected. The diameter of orifice is typically 100 micrometers. The nozzle fires drug particles at a typical speed of 100 minutes per second with a depth of 2 mm. Final one, pressure source. It is important for delivering a drug forcefully into the systemic circulation via the skin. The pressure source can be a mechanical method which stores energy in a spring and is released by pushing a plunger to provide the necessary pressure. It can also be a pressure storage method that utilizes a compressed gas in a cartridge. The most popular gases used in this device are carbon dioxide or nitrogen. This is the diagram for components of a needleless injection device. Common mechanism for needle-free injections. The mechanism generates force by using a compressed gas to propel the drug through an orifice at a very high speed. While administration of drug occurs through the device, an ultrafine stream of fluid penetrates through the skin layers which delivers the drug very quickly into the systemic circulation. The total time required to deliver an injection is less than 1/3 of a second and occurs in 3 stages. One is peak pressure phase, second one is dispersion phase, third one is drop-off phase. Next one, types of needle-free injection systems. These are 3 types: powder injections, liquid injections, depot or projectile injections. In this first one, powder injections. In these powder injections, design of powder injection systems. These injections consist of a chamber filled with solid drug content and a nozzle for firing drug particles into the skin by utilizing the power source, which typically is compressed gas. The injection has a diaphragm on their either sides of the chamber to cover the drug chamber. Mechanism of powder injection. First step, particles exist from the nozzle along with a gas stream. Second step, particles impinge the skin surface leading to formation of a hole into the skin with the progression of the injection. And third step, drug particles get deposited in a spherical pattern at the end of the hole and penetrates across the stratum corneum. After their penetration into the skin, drug particles get distributed completely into the stratum corneum and the viable epidermis. This diagram for mechanism of a powder injection. Second type, liquid injections. The basic principle of this injection is if a high enough pressure can be generated by a fluid in intimate contact with the skin, then the liquid will punch a hole into the skin and be delivered into the tissue under the skin. Although the same principle is applied as in powder, there is a difference in the actual design and operation of the powder injection devices. These systems use gas or spring piston, drug-loaded compartments and nozzles. Typically, the nozzle has an orifice size of about 150 to 300 micrometers. Mechanism of liquid injections. Impact of a piston on a liquid reservoir in the nozzle increases the pressure, which shoots the jet out of the nozzle at high velocity. The effect of the jet on the skin surface starts the formation of the hole in the skin through the corrosion, fracture, or other skin failure mechanisms. Further impingement of the jet increases the depth of the hole in the skin. The accumulation of liquid in the hole occurs because of the deeper hole in the skin, which slows down the incoming jet. Hence, further development of a hole is stopped. The dimensions of the hole are established very earlier in the process from the time of impact. This diagram for mechanism of a liquid injection. Final system, depot or projectile injections. These systems are designed for administration of a drug into muscles. They create a store of the drug into muscles that is related continuously over a desired time period. Types of injection methods. Injectors are of three types. One is spring loaded jet injector, second one battery powder jet injector, third one gas powdered jet injector. In this first one, spring load jet injector. This method works on a spring mechanism which is drawn back. The spring is released by hitting the trigger, leading to generation of jet stream of the drug for subcutaneous, intramuscular or transdermal delivery of the drug. Second one, battery powder jet injector. This method has a small rechargeable battery pack to retract the dosing device. The dosing device has an electric piston which is automatically redrawn after dosing. This is good for continuous use. This type of injector is similar to a battery powdered hand drill used for subcutaneous, intramuscular or transdermal delivery of drug depending on recommended method. Final one, gas powder jet injector. This system consists of an air or gas cartridge which is attached to the gun through a tubing system that delivers power to the piston after trigger actuation. It releases the piston and creates jet stream of drug. It is suitable for subcutaneous, intramuscular or transdermal use. Advances in needle-free injection technology. Biojector. It is the only system for intramuscular use which is approved by FDA. Cross-contamination is avoided as it consists of single-use syringes for individual injections. More than 10 million injections has been administered successfully using the Biojector 2000 with no reports of major complications. This system proved to be safe and successful in the case of higher risk conditions. Second type, Serojet. The Serojet device from VitaJet technology. The device is designed for delivering Serostim recombinant human growth hormone administered subcutaneously. Third one, CoolClick. This system is developed for administration of Sison recombinant human growth hormone via subcutaneous route. The system was approved by FDA in June 2000. Next type, MADAJet. The injector commonly used in dentistry. It works by using a pneumatic pressure to discharge local anesthetic. The fine stream of drug formulation penetrates the skin about 4 to 5.5 micrometers below the epithelium. This stream makes a wheel of about 5 to 6 micrometers in diameter at the base of injection. The device injects a volume of 0.1 cc per injection intradermally. Next type, Bioject. This system has a portable injector and auto-disabling disposable syringe. It is suitable for subcutaneous and intramuscular use. The system injects a volume range from 0.05 ml to 0.5 ml. Next type injects needle-free injections for infiltration anesthesia. This device has an injection ampule having an orifice of 0.18 mm. From this orifice, the drug is fired under the dosed pressure into the submucosa. The system offers administration of local anesthesia. The ampule must be placed on the attached at an angle of 90 degrees directly above the tooth to be anesthetized. The local anesthetic volume that can be administered is about 0.3 ml. Needle-free injections in future. Needle-free injections have a major drawback with a clinical concern. The high-pressure delivery of the drugs can damage the fragile molecules beneath the skin layer, especially in the administration of monoclonal antibodies. The advances in pressure mechanism can solve the problem up to a certain extent. Researchers along with supporting organizations like the Bill Gates and Melinda Gates Foundation USA are actively in pursuit of investigating methods. Next one, marketed product. These are the needle-free injection products currently in market. That's all about needle-free injection technology, and please subscribe our channel for more interesting videos related to pharmacy.